The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm choosing to ignore the cuts and bumps and bruises. I'm cruising through these haters, leave them looking stupid. They foolish if they think they'll ever hear my conclusion. I'm through with all these my-dramas and the excuses. I'm bruising eagles left and right every time I do this. I'm shooting for the top, no one ever said what you did. The future's in my hands, my grip will never lose it. My crew is ready to obtain the absolution. Removing any doubt that we were ever fooling.
Rise and shine, my sinners. And Father Evil starts his day. He gets a little deadly. Deadly Grant's coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never Order yours at GetDeadly.com. Coffee's so good. It's scary.
And now we are live on an awesome episode of Still Toking With. And with us today, as always, we have the amazing Benjamin. How's it going, sir?
I was looking for the amazing one. I don't see him anywhere. What's happening?
Hey. And the equally amazing Jeffrey.
What's happening out there? Welcome to the show. It's going to be a fun one.
Oh, totally.
Fun one.
Jeffrey,
I just got to be careful. I was told that I scare people.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah, you only scare them when you stand up.
Oh, you want me to do that?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So, Jeffrey, would you like to introduce our awesome guest?
Sure. Larry Kenney, voice actor. I think my wife's actually tuning in because she remembers Imus.
Imus in the morning, yeah.
So do I. Imus in the morning. I bet you do.
I hope so.
And that whole thing about scaring people, because Leo actually warned Larry not to be scared of me or something like that. So the first thing Larry had to do was, what'd you do? Bourbon? Did you have a soccer? Did you have a soccer?
My sponsor might be listening.
Your sponsor?
I think what I said was, don't scare him away because we'd love to have him on our other show as well.
Oh, well, that's okay,
listen,
because I'm not on that other show.
Listen, I was with Imus for 35 years. Nobody scares me.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, wow.
We got J-Bo says, love Larry. He is one and only Lino, Lord of the Thundercats.
Well, actually, that's not true.
No.
There are two other Lion-Os too. Will Friedel, and from the Warner Brothers 2011 reincarnation, and whoever's doing Lion-O on the current one, Thundercats Roar. I don't know who that is, but I was the first.
Yes.
Well, that's why he said you were the one and only.
You see,
in his eyes.
Oh, well, thank you.
Right. But before we get all into the Lino and all these other great characters that you voiced, I want to take it all the way back, as far back as we can possibly. Leo. Screen.
Well, you were talking there.
Hey,
well, yeah, but
can I quickly say hi to one of my Facebook friends I just saw is on J-Bo McNeil. Hey, J-Bo.
Hey, J-Bo.
Hi, J-Bo. Welcome. Enjoy the show.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the page just because.
Yeah. Yeah, we see J-Bo at all the cons as well. He's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. But yeah, like I said, Jeff mentioned Imus, and which we want to get into, but I want to take it all the way back to when you first started. You were 15 years old. Is that correct?
Yes, 28 years ago.
That's right. I thought it was 26 years ago. So, geez, I mean, I don't know where my head's at.
I'm gonna have to add a couple of decades to that.
Larry, don't worry. I'll give you his address.
It was about 2 weeks before my 16th birthday. So I was 15 when I got my first paid radio job, which was 90 cents an hour. And I did 2 hours a week for the first few months. So I made $1.80 an hour. I mean, a week. But no, wait a minute. Actually, you know what? They paid me 90 cents an hour. And it was a 2-hour show. But I made, I think, $4 a week because they paid me for preparation time for the show.
Nice.
So, I was doing pretty well. But it was in Peoria. I'm from Pekin, Illinois, which is right in the middle of the state, right across the river from Peoria, Illinois, where the radio station was. And I had been doing I'd been taking a radio class in high school, which was very rare back then. We had our own studio, did a 10-minute show every day over the phone lines on a local radio station. And one day I got a call from somebody at the big station across the river and said they heard me and would like me to come over and work there. So I did. That was in 1963.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Wow. 1963.
Now,
Yeah.
did they?
Yeah.
Is it the voice? Do they like the radio voice? Is that like the basis of it back then?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. The reason that came about was the program director of that station, or somebody who worked there, had a kid in our high school. So his mother had to listen to that every day. Our radio show was on 10 minutes at noontime every day from high school, and we would give the sports scores from around the different schools, and we would tell people what they're serving in the lunchroom today, so mothers wouldn't make that same thing at night. It was a big hit show, and I think somebody's mother, probably, or wife, said, there's a guy on the little local high school show you should talk to, and he did. So thanks, Mom.
Wow. Now, is that like, I've noticed that a lot of radio personalities have that deep gruff kind of a voice. You know what I mean? Do you all like swallow squirrels or something?
Who told you that? It's supposed to be an industry secret. No, most of us smoked a lot. And drank a lot. That's probably why. And then, of course, mine's getting gravelly now because I'm getting older. But most people, at least back then, most people in broadcasting had that stentorian voice, we called it. Hello, I'm on the radio. Yeah, no, not so much.
Okay. Are you two done now? I'm just curious. I mean, you got him swallowing squirrels.
I was thinking about it. I was going back and forth between squirrels or chipmunks.
Chipmunks would have been more of a higher voice, right? The chipmunks would be more for the females.
Is this really what we're going to talk about? Is this really?
No.
This is really
off the tracks.
This is really why I have my wife locked out of my office so that we can talk about squirrels.
I find it awesome that they taught radio in your high school. When I went to high school, I mean, we had the AV club, and it was mainly just lugging a camcorder around, but nothing as cool as radio.
Nice segue.
I it wasn't until I was grown and moved away and it was working in radio in the big time that it occurred to me, my God, we had that back in Pekin High School. Small school, a small town in Illinois, and we had even to have a radio class was considered, something. But we had a studio with state of the art for that time, equipment, big nice board and everything. And so looking back on it, it was almost a miracle that they had at that school. Otherwise, I never would have been, where I'm at today.
Right. So now, like you said, this all started in 1963. Yeah. And then you bounced around to numerous other stations over the next.
No, I didn't bounce around. Breast.
Did you say breast?
No, I said progressed.
Progressed.
Oh, okay.
Look it up.
Leo, you're more than welcome to mute him.
Yeah.
Look it up on your phone.
Progressed.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
I started progressed. Yeah. Moved up the ladder. Okay. Now, there are a lot of guys that probably still are in radio who bounce around, but I got very lucky. I started in Peoria. And then after a couple of years, I got a call from a 50,000 watt station in Indiana, WOWO. And I was there 2 years. And then I got a job in Cleveland. 3 years. Then I went to Chicago for 1 year. And then New York for now 48 years or something like that.
Oh, so at the beginning, you did bounce around.
No, he progressed.
He progressed.
He progressed, Jeffrey. Progressed. I'm going to give him your home address after the show so that he can send you a nice little gift.
Okay.
In a brown paper bag.
A blow-up doll so I can bounce around?
Yes.
Okay.
So you ended up in New York, like you said, and that's where you joined Imus in the Morning, correct?
Technically, that's another kind of story, not an interesting story. But I was working in Cleveland, as I told you, at one radio station, WKYC. Imus had just come to town and was working at another radio station in Cleveland. He was there for a year before he went on to New York. We were at different radio stations, so I never met him while we were in Cleveland. But one day while I'm on the air in Chicago, an old friend of mine who had been my board engineer, my board operator in Cleveland, called me and said, "Hey, you know, I'm running the board for Imus now. I'm the engineer on the Imus show." And he said to me the other day, "Did you ever work with Larry Kenney at KYC in Cleveland?" And Walt said, "Yeah, I was his board op." And Imus said, "Well, I used to listen to him all the time, and he was so funny. He did those great character voices and impressions. You think he would, you know, consider doing some stuff here on our show?" And Walt said, "I'll call him." So he called me, and I called Imus, and for a year, I was on his show every day and had never met him. I was in Chicago. He was in New York. And during our newscast, we both had news at the top of the hour. He would call me and he would say, "Today, let's do you be Nixon and let's talk about Watergate, whatever." And we would ad lib for a couple, 3 minutes. You know, I did that for a whole year. Then I got a job in New York, and that's when I finally met him. So,
well, that isn't it. That's actually.
I told you it's not an interesting story.
Actually, it's very interesting.
Yes, it is.
That's cool. It gives a whole new outlook to the Imus in the morning show.
Right. And a lot of voices that we heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the ones in your head, Jeffrey.
Oh, well, they're over here too.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So, we, somebody already touched on the Thundercats with Lion-O, which is absolutely awesome. But
yeah, we'll get into all of that after the commercial break.
Oh, did you just cut me off?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask about Silverhawks.
Go ahead.
Because I know nothing about it.
Well, it was another show by Rankin Bass production company, and it was very similar to Thundercats. It came about because of the success of Thundercats. They said it turns out to be a big hit. This format with half cat, half animals, half human characters. You know, so let's try one of people who are, as the introduction always said, half metal, half real. Silverhawks. So, and they were in space. That's all I can tell you. That's all I remember. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really more than
similar.
I actually needed to know.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I was looking you up, and I came across. I'm like, I've never heard of that. That's why I wanted to ask you about it. So it really never went anywhere.
Well, it was a pretty big hit. It was a pretty big hit. We did. Yeah. We
really?
did,
Am I that old?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
It was never as big as Thundercats, of course, but
right.
A lot of people liked it.
Nice. What were you going to say, Leo?
No, I was going to say it was another 80s, cartoon. And Jeff, were you watching cartoons in the 80s?
80s. I graduated in 81, so probably not.
No. He was starting off his college.
My college party days where I disappeared for years.
I'm just surprised you graduated.
Whoa, wait a minute. I never said I graduated.
Yes, you did.
No,
you
I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You graduated in 81, you said.
High school.
Oh,
That's
high
the
school.
grade.
Okay.
Well, I didn't say that. I just said I'm surprised you graduated.
I'm
surprised you graduated high school.
No, I did. I was very smart. And then I went to college. No, seriously, I was very smart, and then I went to college, and it was all downhill.
I think we might have a new co-host here.
Really?
No, you don't.
What, we can have 4 of us on the screen. Oh, I was waiting for it. I was just waiting for him to give you just. He's been very patient. You can see it in his eyes.
Oh no, he's formulating digs right now.
Oh yeah, he's formulating. He's like
just like I am.
Yep. It's the battle of the minds.
Let's stop doing that and talk about the show, okay?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I know you got more questions, Jeff.
Well, no, because you wanted to wait for some of it until after the commercial break. So,
oh well, okay.
I will honor that.
Yeah, because a lot of people love Thundercats, and I'm sure we'll spend a lot of time on that. And I, for one, I remember watching it, rushing home and watching it after school, like the reruns and stuff, and Saturday morning cartoons. So yeah, Thundercats was definitely my jam.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. When I saw the opportunity to have Larry on, and I said, "Wait a minute, you mean the voice of Lionel? Really, Leo? I promise we won't scare him off the show. Can you get him for us?" And now Larry's sitting there going, "Really? Why did I agree to this?"
Well, you did other impressions too, like Nixon, and when you were on the Imus show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to throw a few out?
Well, let's see, guys. It's been so long ago. I did as regular characters on the show. I did Nixon, Kissinger. Your young viewers won't even know who these people are. Walter Cronkite. We had Walter on the show a couple of times, and one time he was sitting right next to me, and he had written a book about his life, and the book started out. My father was a dentist. I think that's how it started out. So we go on the air, and Imus, he always would start an interview with, why did you start the book that way? Or some sort of a comment about the first line of the book. So the director says, 3, 2, 1, you're on. And Imus says, Mr. Cronkite, how are your teeth? Walter looks at me and he goes, my feet. What? How are my feet? I said, no. He asked, how are your teeth? Because your father was, my teeth. Oh, my teeth are fine. I thought you asked about my feet. That was true.
Oh my God!
Wow, that's
What else did I do on the show? I did Elvis a lot. Elvis Presley. Geez, these people are all long dead.
I remember them all.
Like whoever popped up in the movie. Well, you're old enough. I mean, young people, they don't know who those people were. So I did people like that, politicians. I can't even remember all of them now, but it was a lot.
Yeah. Wow. What was your favorite to do?
I always liked doing Nixon. In fact, we got to the point where he was using a show opener that I did. He had a jingle, Imus in the morning. So whenever I'd come on as Nixon, I'd go, how you doing? Imus in the morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
So that was cool.
I hear you do a really good John Wayne.
Well, I used to a long time ago, Pilgrim. But I don't anymore. Because, again, nobody knows who John Wayne was.
I do.
Yeah, I remember John Wayne. I'm not that young.
My John Wayne was never that great. It's just a fun one to do, I had, I remember a time, you ever heard of a guy named John Viner, a comedian named John Viner? He was very big back in the 60s and early 70s. And I saw him on Ed Sullivan one time. He did impressions too. He did really great impressions. And he said on the show, Johnny Carson asked him about his impressions. He said, do you do John Wayne? And Viner said, no, but I'll tell you what, I had a priest in school. And this guy sounded just like John Wayne. Didn't look like him or anything, but he sounded just like John Wayne. Oh, and he walked like John Wayne. So I'm gonna get up and show you. He says, so every Sunday, the guy would walk into church like this.
he's got the swag.
Wait. Well, Dominus Vobiscum, partner. Hail Mary, full of grace.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
That was awesome.
So from there, you actually ended up hosting a TV show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hosted a game show in New York for 3 years back in the late 70s. Bowling for
Did it
dollars.
have to do with balls? Yep. It had
Yes.
to do with balls.
Yes, yeah. Well, almost everything I do pretty much had to do with balls. But this particular
Oh, you got him loosen. You got him to loosen up. He's looking over his shoulder now. He's making sure nobody's coming.
I want to know who said that. It wasn't me.
Nice. I said it. I'll take blame.
It was a game show called Bowling for $, and that's exactly. In fact, you know that horrible thing in Columbine where they did a movie called Bowling for Combine. That's where he took the title from. Why, I'll never know. But people would come on the show, and we did it at Madison Square Garden Bowling Center. Half an hour every night, 5 nights a week on Channel 9 in New York. And it was done in, I think, about 15 cities around the country, but all with each with a local host and local contestants. That was the whole idea of the show. And people would come on, and I'd chat with them a little bit, and then they would go over and roll their first ball. If you got one strike, you won, I don't know, $25. Remember, this was 1976. And if you got 2 strikes, you'd win something a little nicer, a blender or something. If you got 3 strikes,
not a toaster, a blender. I like
A blender.
you could have your pick. If you want a toaster, by God, we'll get you a toaster. For 3 strikes, it gets better. For 3 strikes, you could win like a week's vacation. You know, well, in our case, we didn't have that much money to give away, so we'd give you a vacation of like 5 nights and no days in Miami. Anyway.
So
if you got 4 strikes in a row, you win a brand new car. So how about that? And we gave away several.
Now, I remember watching the show, but I can't remember if it was big balls or little balls.
Well, in my show, it was big balls.
Okay.
As I told you, there were different hosts around the country. I think Jim Lang did it in L.A., and Wink Martindale did it in San Francisco. You know, people like that.
Right. So now that they've touched on,
what's that?
Go ahead.
I'm just saying I don't know how big the balls were on those shows. I don't want to know.
Leo.
Yes, sir.
Leo, run that commercial, please.
I think it's time for commercial.
Okay, so we'll run the commercial, then I'll come back on you, Ben, so you can intro where else we're gonna see.
How long is the commercial? Do I have time to?
You got to pee.
Yeah,
you have to pee.
That door right behind me.
Yep. He's running. You scared him away.
Yeah, you got a couple minutes, Larry.
Okay. I was only kidding. Go ahead.
So I want to thank everybody for watching this evening. We're definitely going to be covering a lot more with Larry after the ad. And want to point everybody to the show notes because there's some awesome stuff happening. So GalaxyCon, where it's a virtual event with Larry Kenney, that's coming up. Also, there's exclusive memorabilia with a team up with Epic Toys and Collectibles Larry is doing. And I got those links in the show notes. And as always, we love supporting indie businesses. And the sponsor of our network here is Deadly Grounds Coffee, a little mom and pop shop here in Connecticut. They make the absolute best coffee you'll ever have. But here's a zombie talking about coffee.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Okay, and Ben, we have something awesome you want to show everybody.
What? So, as most of you know or don't know, we have been diligently filming since September of last year the live action to coincide with the comic books. Well, we were blessed about 15 minutes before the show to get a little teaser of that. So, what the fuck are we going to do now? Get high.
It was more fun that way.
Jeff, it looks like you got hurt with that shelving that dropped.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I like that.
It was fun.
It's been really, really fun. We've had the pleasure of just for Larry here, because most of the people watching know, or the people that know us, to work with Bill Diamond from Diamond Productions.
Yeah.
Bill was involved with the Henson family for a long time, Gremlins, Muppets, Sesame Street, Dark Crystal, plus numerous commercials. And if you're a New York gentleman, you must know the Yes Network, and he does a lot for the Yes Network.
Oh, great. Go Yankees.
He just won his third Emmy for Buzz in the Bronx.
Go Yankees. That's network.
I saw it.
Yeah. And he won an Emmy for what?
Buzz in the Bronx.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Way to go.
So that's
those are funny
working
spots. Those are very funny spots. I like the first one at the beginning too, with the vampire type guy, not vampire, the Dracula sort of guy. I have a Dracula sort of guy, in my history too.
Mm-hmm. You do, Count Chocula. So how is it like? How is it playing that? I mean, it's a great cereal. I mean, come on.
You don't eat that crap, do you?
Not anymore.
No,
I was more of a Boo-Berry, to be honest.
Blueberry, yeah. Yeah, I started doing Count Chocula in 78, I think. I did it for almost 40 years, 39 years. And Sonny the Cocoa Puffs Burger, too, 38 years. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know it was that long. Holy shit. Yeah.
Well, wait, how could you have done it for 30? How did you do it for 38 years if you were only 28 when we started the show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you started 28 years. Okay. I'm getting confused with the numbers here.
I'm getting a headache from the numbers. Yeah, I started doing the Count in, I think, 78, and then Sonny a year after that. And I did them until 2018, I think.
Wow.
Now that's impressive.
I know. I've been very lucky, and I've had. I mean, most people in the voiceover business, the voiceover business, do commercials and things. It's very rare that you get a client that you stay that's doing the same spots for all that time. And then I've been very lucky with that. I also have been doing, and now I've been doing Skittles for 22 years, I think. The Skittles commercial.
Yeah,
really.
I'm the guy at the end that says, "Feel the rainbow, taste the rainbow."
No shit.
No, Skittles.
Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles, not shit. Skittles.
Skittles. Yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Never-
I did
yeah.
not know that.
Neither did I.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing you see on commercials. There's no credits on the screen, so people don't know who it is. Although these days with the internet, you can find out easily. There's several internet websites that are behind the voice actors and who's doing, who's the voice on this commercial and that commercial.
Yeah.
But before that, nobody knew who was Count Chocula or Sonny the Cocoa Puffs bird. But I knew.
Right. Wow.
I'm kind of
blown away.
Yeah. I mean, knowing you did the voices, but for that length of time, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that.
Absolutely incredible.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that. As I said, there are very few. And in fact, all the years that I've been in the business, I've never heard anybody tell me they had a client longer than that, long-running client. So I'm very lucky.
Yeah, but you've done numerous voiceovers. I mean, you actually did a voiceover for Grand Theft Auto 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of games lately.
The video game side of stuff.
Yeah, I think Grand Theft Auto 4 was the first one I did. I think the first video game.
Right.
I think that was for Rockstar Games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, the announcer on Beat 102.7.
Is that what he was? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then I did.
I'm cheating. I have my notes.
Nice job. Nice job.
So I'll have to take your word for it then.
If it's wrong, I blame Wikipedia if it's wrong.
Yeah. No, I saw that on Wikipedia too.
Sorry, Larry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. I'm just trying to remember what I did next. Mafia 2 I was on. Alan Wake was another one, a detective thing. Yeah. And most recently, Red Dead Redemption 2, which I've done.
Yeah, right.
That's huge.
That's amazing.
I play an old fart called JB Cripps on that one.
That game is
that's my character.
Phenomenal.
She claimed to be royalty, but she had a head the size of a goddamn pumpkin. That's my first line ever.
I don't know if you guys played that game, but it's the type of game that like I would just sit down and play and just try to be like a cowboy for a while. I wasn't even trying to finish the game. You just live in the world as a cowboy because it was so friggin' realistic, And,
up on the horse, right around.
Oh yeah, and like your character, all the characters you interact with are just incredible.
Yeah. Well, that was the first on camera video game that I had done, and it was the most fascinating thing in all my. I've been in the business for 60 some years, and it was so new, so different. Because most of the time you're in a little recording booth, with a microphone, and nobody sees you. But I'm sure you guys are familiar with how they record these things now in a big airplane hangar with thousands of cameras all on the walls and the ceilings, and you before you go on the set, they put you in a latex full body suit with little patches on it that are connectors that allow the computer cameras to see how you're moving. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. And then you had a helmet on with a metal rod that came out like this and then down like this with a light shining right in your eyes and the microphone. You had gloves on, big heavy boots, and you had to act in that. And it was really fascinating because the scenery, there was almost no scenery on the set. It was just, it was like props. For example, on one episode, I got on a horse and galloped off. It was a 50-gallon drum, an oil barrel, and with a tail on it, and they put a saddle on it. So when it came time to jump on my horse, I jumped on my barrel. But
All right,
I rolled away.
so you ride barrels and you wear latex.
yeah, I hadn't thought of it before, but yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
No, I hadn't thought
I'll
of
let that one go.
It may open up a whole new area for me.
Yeah, good.
Oh my God.
Larry, you're awesome.
I'm stuck in a car with him for 3.5 hours tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, you are.
Where are you going?
Right now I'm in Plymouth, Mass. Jeff's in Halifax, Mass. We're heading down to Cornwall on the Hudson.
Oh yeah, okay. And Leo, I believe you said you're in Connecticut.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna drive by him, beep and wave.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm over. I'm near the Mystic area.
Right. Okay. You're a little ways from. I'm in Connecticut. That's why I'm bringing it.
Okay. Whereabouts in
I live in
Connecticut?
In Norwalk.
That's all he's going to tell you is Connecticut.
What'd you say, Larry?
Norwalk.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Down in Fairfield
okay.
County.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down close to the city. Close to
Nice.
Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah. The Gold
Wow.
Coast.
Nice. So now we can bring it into one of the illustrious roles that you had, and that was the voice of Lino on Thundercats. Because Jeff wanted to talk about it 20 minutes ago, so I had to make him wait.
Well, yeah. I mean, somebody already brought it up, but we didn't delve into it. So I'd like to delve into that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Good. What would you like to know?
Well,
Come on.
how'd you get the role?
There you go.
Well, good question. Like everything else in my business and voiceover, you have an agent, and when people are casting for something, either a commercial or a cartoon show or video game or whatever, they'll call all the agents in New York or in LA and say, "Here's what we're casting this next week, and we'd like to see so and so," or send over whoever you have in your stable can do these types of things, So then your agent calls you and he says, "Okay, Tuesday at 3:00, you're supposed to go to this particular studio or casting place and read for this new show they're doing. This new animated series. It's called Thundercats, and they'll tell you about it when you get there." So so I showed up, and of course there's 100 other actors who got there before me, and they're all in various forms of bullshitting with each other and reading the copy and stuff like that. And then when you walk in, you see that the walls are all covered with illustrations of the characters and a little paragraph about the characters. And there's a synopsis about a page long of the show itself, what it's about, basically, these creatures who came from Third Earth, or came from, Thundera and the Third Earth. And then they told us, when it was my turn, they said, "We'd like you to pick one Thundercat to audition for and one mutant." Those were Mum-Ra and his guys. Mm-hmm. So I picked Lion-O, basically because I could tell he's going to be the star of the show. He was the Lord of the Thundercats. So I figured, what the hell, may as well go for the big guy.
Right.
And then, yeah, why not? And then for the mutant, I picked a character called Jackalman.
Jackalman, yep.
Yeah. Now, the voices themselves, the voice for Lion-O was basically my voice. They told us for the when you read for the Thundercats themselves, the members of the Thundercats, we don't want anything cartoony, nothing that sounds like I had a cartoon voice or anything like that. We want your real voice. So that's what it really was, my real voice. As I'm sitting here talking to you guys, it sounds like sword of omens come to my hand. I, Lion-O, command it. But on television, it sounds like sword of omens come to my hand. I, Lion-O, command it.
Right.
And then for Jackalman.
Sorry, I just had a kind of a nerd moment there. My bad. Go ahead.
I think we all did, Ben.
Yeah.
All right. I'll wait for you to clean yourselves up then.
Yeah, I got it right here. The towel beside me. We're good. We can go on.
For Jackalman, I saw the illustration, and it was this, looked like this evil, sneaky, In fact, I was thinking a jackal. Who knows what a jackal is? But I think it's like a wolf or something sneaky and slimy.
It's like a hyena. It's like a hyena.
Like a hyena. Very good. I didn't think of that at the time, but that's what I was trying to think of. That type of and I remembered in the back of my mind, I had one of my favorite characters from when I was a kid was Snidely Whiplash on Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes,
remember him? He was the stereotypical villain. Had the big, tall stovepipe hat and the cape.
I'll get you now and tie you to the railroad tracks.
So I thought, that was a good voice. So it came out. So Jackal Man to this day sounds like
we must get the Thundercats. Yes.
That's how I got that voice.
Wow. Yeah, I had a really bad comment and I decided not to say it.
Good boy. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it had to do with Jackal Man.
No. I knew he was going to tell us right away. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you.
I didn't even have to say it.
Leo.
So I'll try to save us. Sticking on the Thundercats. Doing the research for this, and I try to read up on things that happen. You had a very interesting story when Thundercats first came out with you in Toys R Us.
Oh yeah. It was actually it had been on several months at the time, and I'm not trying to just correct you, but it's important to why it was. The show had been on maybe 7 or 8 months, something like that. And we knew it was doing well. The ratings were good, and they kept buying new orders, another 23 shows or whatever. That's how they do it, 23 shows at a time. And about 2 weeks before Christmas, I went Christmas shopping at Toys R Us. And the last time I had been there, I noticed there was a row of Thundercats, maybe one side of one aisle, you know what I mean, of Thundercat stuff. This time I walked in and the whole 3 aisles on both sides are all Thundercat stuff. And there weren't quite as many He-Man aisles anymore or Masters of the fucking Universe. I'm joking. I'm joking. I have dear friends who worked on both those shows. We tend to get in little fights like that at Comic Cons. Well, oh yeah. So anyway, I thought, oh my God, that's the moment I knew that the show was a big hit. When it took up half the damn store. So as I'm walking down one of the aisles, there are these 2 young boys, probably 8 to 12 years old, something like that, 10 years old. And they're looking at the rack of action figures. And as I walked closer to them, one boy said, I'm going to get Panthro. He's the coolest one. He drives the Thunder Tank. And all that. And the other kid said, yeah, well, I think Tyra is a star of this show. I'm getting him. I couldn't help myself. I walked over and said, guys, you should, why don't you think about getting Lon? He's the guy who says, Thundercats, ho! Huh? They both looked at me like, who is this pedophile? Well, back then you didn't think about stuff like that, now you can't even talk to kids. But it's a sad thing, but I'm serious. They looked at me like, what? So I finally got smart and just walked away. I get about 5 feet away from him and I hear one kid say to the other one, he didn't even sound like Lionel. I loved it. And I just thought to myself, you little shit, if you only knew, you'd be crapping your pants right now. Go ahead and buy your Panthro. Go ahead. Don't ask me to find it.
Oh my God. I love this guy. I do. I love this guy.
I love you too. We'll exchange numbers after.
Yeah. No addresses. I don't need anything nasty.
No, hotel. Don't worry about it.
He'll bring the latex in the barrel.
I've done it 1 million times.
Oh, sorry, Leo.
No, it's okay.
Leo's turning red. It only took us 50 minutes this time. Usually it's 3, but it took 50 this time.
So
wait a minute now. I have a beautiful redheaded daughter, and she's always red too. So that may not be due to this.
We tend to brighten up quite easily.
Please don't tell me that.
Speaking of your daughter, I noticed on your forte here that you did a voiceover for the state.
Oh yeah,
which featured your daughter.
No, but not the daughter I was talking about. She's not redheaded, but Carrie Kenney. Yeah. Well, I just want to clarify in case they happen to see this. You know,
well,
you didn't talk about me, Dad.
Yes, Carrie.
Well, see, now you talked about both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so they should be grateful.
Yeah, they should be. Of course. Did you have a question about Carrie?
No, I just happened to notice that. Well, yeah. I mean, what was it like? I guess being able to work with your daughter.
Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, you know, that opportunity doesn't come up very often. You know, in this business to work with your daughter or your and stuff like that.
Right.
The show started when they were at NYU. She and 10 guys started a group called The New Group, because there had been a comedy group at NYU called The Group, and they graduated. Now she's a part of a thing called the New Group.
Is there an old group?
Well, they are now the old group, but they're now called the State. So they were performing, at NYU, and then they became very well known around New York. And when they graduated, MTV hired them to do a show with Jon Stewart called "You Wrote It, You Watch It." And then they offered them their own show, but they wanted them to change the show from the New Group to the State. And I don't know where that came from. I think Carrie and the guys picked that themselves, but I never did ask her where that came from. And so then MTV decided we needed an announcer for the show, just at the very beginning of the show. You know, anybody have any idea? And Carrie said, "My dad." So I was happy to do it. Yeah, I think at the very beginning I said something like, "And now MTV presents The State." And I got paid and went home. It was fantastic. Easiest job ever.
That's the kind of job I need, where I can just go, and now they're dorkening.
Yeah.
Right? And you can just pay Leo, you could pay me, I'll go home. Well, wait a minute, I am home.
Have a beer and wait for the check. Right?
Right? That's really cool, though.
You know, something about the State, the incredible thing that was Carrie and 10 guys who were together all that time in New York University, and then got hired by MTV. And to this day, they're all working. They're all doing very well in show business. 10 of them. 10 of them are doing well. Probably 6 of them are doing very well. And a couple of those guys are just making millions and millions. Tom Lennon and Ben Garant, they wrote all of the Night at the Museum movies, and they're directing movies. But the incredible thing to me, and people that I tell people in the business that I tell them about those guys, I find it hard to believe that they've all been together this long. And whenever one of them does a movie, you'll find 3 or 4 of the other State members in it. Movies like Role Models. You remember Role Models? Wanderlust with Jennifer Aniston. You ever see that movie?
Yep.
Yeah, if Jennifer Aniston was in it, I saw it. I'm just going to say that right now.
I got you. I got a great picture of her and my daughter both dressed the same. Next time I'll show it to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring up, I know we talked about it a little bit before, but actually during the commercial, let me see if I can pull this.
Well, that's when I was peeing, so I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So you have GalaxyCon coming up, and I know a lot of us were missing cons, and I think this is awesome. So they're doing a virtual con, and where people can do video chats, also doing autographs. You're doing a call with Rob Pruitt and Chris Phillips.
Am I?
And,
Good.
He was am I?
That's awesome.
Well, I knew that, I knew I was going to be on the show. Know yet exactly what we were going to be doing.
You're also somebody could get a trio of autographs with all of you, and you're doing single autographs as well. I was looking because the send-ins is cutting off on the 7th, where somebody could send you something small to be autographed. I was looking for a Lion-O Funko, but holy crap, those have jumped up in price.
Well, that's 'cause he was on our show.
Oh yeah, it's it's between $400 and $1,100 for Lion-O the Funko, which is insane.
Wow.
Wow. Wait a minute. Hang on a second.
How much for a box of Cocoa
I believe
Puffs?
I have one right back here. Hang on. No, it's in the bathroom. Let me see if it's clean. My wife makes me leave all my stuff in the bathroom. I don't know why. I thought this would look great in the living room, but no, she says, the big guy.
That's even going for
there you go.
price now too.
That's
cool. Here's the Funko. This is the one that's what, $700 you said?
Between $400 and $1,100 unsigned. Now, if only you can get Larry Kenney to sign it. You know?
Oh, you couldn't afford that. You couldn't.
I was gonna say I'll buy that for $1.
I got something new for you. This could just come out by Epic Entertainment.
Yes.
This is a little. It's those little plastic boxes. You see it?
Yep.
And I'm trying to keep it in focus. This is a little like a Lego type Lion-O character. You see it sideways. And then on the back, there's Mr. Wonderful. And I signed it down here on the thing there.
That's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of different, you know?
Yeah, that's I have the link in the show notes for that as well. Epic Toys. It's an exclusive, and people can buy it right now. It's only $49.99 to get it autographed, and that comes with a figure as well. Jabo asks, "Hey Larry, have you seen the new Thunder tank that was just been announced?"
I have, Jabo. I have. It looks fantastic. It's about 8 feet long, as I recall. That's really big. It's 2 feet long, right?
Wow.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. Is that Super 7? Well, I'm asking.
I would not know.
We're waiting for Jabo to answer.
Yeah.
Come on, Jabo, let's go.
I think we should wait because it appears that Jabo is our only viewer.
No, there's a
whole bunch of viewers.
Oh yeah.
Actually.
Yes, people.
He's the only one who's commenting. Too.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a lot of comments.
Are they all good?
They've been coming in.
Kelly says,
no
"Oh,
questions.
Carol, hello." Carol, Kelly says hello.
Jabo says Super 7 did this, and he said yes, it is a large one.
They've got a lot of new Thundercats stuff coming out, I guess. Silverhawks too, I think.
I love it that the 80s is coming back again. You know, a lot of like you mentioned, like He-Man and Thundercats, and it's because all of us that grew up during that time, we're now we're all old, and a lot of us, we have a little bit of disposable cash, and they want that, so they re-release it.
Wait a minute. Who has disposable cash?
Well, I mean,
no. Who you made it? Who has to? Because listen, you can go to stilltoking.com right now. We have a whole slew of sponsorship opportunities for you.
Okay, not disposable, but like me,
collectible cash.
Collectible cash, yeah. Like
go to stilltoking.com. You can collect us.
Like,
I'm just kidding.
You have to put a little something aside for collectibles. Yeah, we go to a Comic-Con or something, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh,
and when
Jabo I'm sorry. J-Bo says the Thunder Tank is
2.5 feet
2.5 feet long, and 1.5 feet wide. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, J-Bo. If I do this, I'm waiting for somebody because on the screen it'll say so and so says hello. So I'm doing it. It's the least I can do.
And just want a little
Paul Lind. I used to do him too. At least I can do. Paul, you know why? You know why cowboys wear leather chaps? Because taffeta wrinkles. God.
I just want to give a little tip for people that order the collectibles, like the Lino figure. You order, and when it comes in, you tell your wife you pre-ordered it. You forgot all about it, so that she doesn't get mad.
Leo, you just gave yourself away.
Well,
because you know your mom watches the show, and your mom talks to your wife.
Yeah.
You just
well, no, it's the truth because I pre-order my stuff. Like I pre-order.
Yeah, you pre-order it and wait for it to come in because you couldn't buy it at the store.
Oh yeah,
that's not a pre-order. That's an order.
If you two don't knock it up, I'm going to turn this car around and go home. Nobody will go to Disney.
Walter Magnuson is asking, hi, Larry. What was it like working for the legendary Don Imus? I loved your Andy Rooney on the show.
Oh, thank you very much. Did you ever notice how? Thank you very much. What was his name? I'm sorry.
Walter Magnuson.
Walter, thank you so much. Yeah, I love doing Andy Rooney on Imus. And one day I was walking up 6th Avenue, I think, 44th Street, heading for NBC. And I saw him get out of a cab. And I had heard from friends at CBS that he had heard me doing him on Imus and thought it was okay. Well, for Andy Rooney, that's a rave review, So I saw him getting out of the cab, and I was just about to say, Mr. Rooney, I'm the guy who does, but you don't do that kind of stuff. So I just thought I'd be very general about it. And I said, Mr. Rooney, I really admire your work. And he goes, oh, do you? And walked in through the door. Oh, do you? Good for you.
T. Forelli McNeil says, I know that trick my husband J-Bo tries that all the time. New boxes keep arriving every day, and I keep hearing how they were ordered months ago. Wink, wink. And so in defense of J-Bo, because there's scalpers around, we pre-order our stuff, and we often forget about it. Like there's an 1986 line of Transformers that just came out, and in order to get them, I had to pre-order them. So it's yeah. Otherwise, scalpers.
But honey, I had to.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff is like Walmart exclusives, and you can't, the scalpers hit Walmart and then they go up and are triple the price online.
I don't know anything about it, but I do have some Lino Funkos if you're interested. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll talk after the show.
Oh no, I don't. I'll squash that right now. I don't, because I'll be getting all kinds of messages.
Now, see, watch this. I can start a fight with one sentence.
Okay, mute him quick.
I was a he.
He did too. He heard I was a he. Click.
You're gonna say
you were a He-Man person, then you go to Toys R Us, you get one aisle.
Oh, okay.
Lino had 3 aisles.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel ashamed.
Oh my gosh, look at the time. Guys, how much I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I haven't eaten dinner yet, so how much longer do you need?
Actually, my dinner's almost done too.
We just like 2 minutes. One more thing to touch on, and then you can run. I promise. So
give me 5 minutes.
You like we said, you did the voice of Lino, and in 2011, you were invited back to Thundercats animated series to play the voice of Claudius.
Claudius, his father. Yes, Claudius.
Isn't that what I said? I put an E in there. Sorry, Claudius.
Most people say Claudius like you did, but it doesn't matter. as long as my name is right on the check. You can call them anything.
Yeah.
What? 2011, Warner Brothers released a new incarnation of Thundercats, and it was a prequel to the original series. So I played Claudus the first 3 episodes, and that's when Claudus had gotten old and knew he was about to die, and in fact dies in the last episode. So I thought it was really cool that Warner Brothers, would have me, present the old cast and the original people involved with the show. I think that was a really nice homage to the fans too.
Yeah.
To the fans of the original shows, kind of a nice gesture to have. When we were in San Francisco Comic-Con in 2011, nobody had seen the new one yet, so they showed episode 1 in this auditorium of about 4,000 people, and again, seeing the new Thunder. And we were backstage, we being Will Friedle and the other members of the cast and some of the producers, the Warner Brothers people were there, and from backstage, you could hear something was going on. It's very loud. You couldn't understand what was being said or anything. You know what I mean? And at one point, this enormous roar came from the crowd, and everybody went, "Whoa!" And one of the guys from Warner Brothers came over and said, "They just heard you doing the Thundercats Ho," and they went crazy. And I actually got a little tear in my eye. I thought, that's how nice is that? That was a nice thing.
Right.
I'm just even thinking about it now, and now it's still. I'm all right. Okay. Joking. You guys are so easy.
Larry. Go ahead.
She says I lost weight. I have lost weight. I've lost almost 50 pounds. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Show that picture of me again. That picture.
Wow.
Yep.
That picture you showed earlier, that was about 50 pounds ago. Yeah. Thank you very much. I think her name's pronounced Ty. Oh, look at that. What a beast.
Larry, we will let you go eat because I want to go eat too.
Well, you're gonna let Leo take us out of the show, but I do want to say thank you so much for coming on with us. You were a true inspiration for a lot of children.
Thank you.
Growing up over the years with the voices in the acting that you've done,
including me. Yes,
yeah. So aren't you then?
Well, I know.
That means a lot to me. It really does when people tell me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, Billy wants to know, can you say Thundercats Ho before you leave?
Sure. He looks just like the guy from the Mad Magazine, doesn't he? Wow, that's a shame.
Yeah. That's a shame.
You want to end with that? I'll go out with that.
Sure.
With the thunder. Everybody can say it with me. I'll do the thunder, and then we'll all do Thundercats Ho. How's it? Good? Say good. Say yes. Okay, here we go. Thunder. Thundercat. Oh! Where were you?
He froze a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
It froze just as you went.
I forgot about the delay. Guys, thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So we'll let you go, Larry. Where do you like people interacting with you on social media?
Facebook. I'm on Instagram, but I don't know how to work the damn thing.
Okay.
I can never figure out how to post things, and I'm 130 years old. So, but Facebook, I'm a faithful Facebook follower.
Okay, and we have your Facebook information in the show notes, so definitely check that out. Good. And we'll let you go, Larry. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
It was a pleasure.
It was a lot of fun. I hope I didn't offend you.
Oh, not at all, Jeff. I had a great time.
Too bad if I did.
Take care, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What an awesome dude.
Yeah,
That was a great. Yeah, he was
Holy
great.
crap.
Yep. So I know you guys, well, I know Jeff needs to go eat, but I know we brought this up before, but we just, to support Larry, it's, I know without cons, a lot of people are, cons were a lot of business. And if you've been to cons in the area, Larry, he definitely does all the cons around here. But definitely check out the Icons of Advertising virtual con. And you can get autographs, you can get one-on-one conversations, and also the Epic Toys and Collectibles. And that I'll bring that up right here. The figure autographed by Larry as well. And those links are in the show notes.
Up above or down below, depending on where you're listening or watching.
Yeah. Well, I'll bring us out. So I want to thank everybody for watching. And for me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which. And stay tuned at 9 o'clock. We're going to be doing another show live here on the Dorkening podcast.
With who?
With Han Soto, which is actually from Cobra Kai Season 3. And he is the commander of the camp that captures Kreese. And you find out how Cobra Kai actually got its name, which is that scene. Holy crap, that freaked me out.
Right. Right. Hey, I wanted to make sure that the Dorkening got the proper plug on our show tonight for what they do. So for everybody that's watching us, make sure you head over to the Dorkening Podcast Network at 9 o'clock tonight. Check out the great shows. I mean, there's so many shows on that network that you should probably just tune in like at 6 a.m. and just fucking leave it on all day.
Oh,
okay? I mean, I'm just saying.
Well,
why am I full screen? Oh,
why not?
I don't know. I thought I had a booger or something.
Excellent. So I want to thank everybody. Thank you for tuning in. That was a great show. I had a lot of fun.
Right.
Larry's a trip.
Thank you, J-Bo.
He's a little fucked in the head, I think. No, he's a good guy. I had a lot of fun. I'm on Facebook. Look me up. Or don't. I don't care. Stilltoken.com. That's where you'll find us. Constantly updated. There's all kinds of shit on there. Go cruise around.
Cool beans.
In regards to J-Bo's comment, send me a message. Hit me up on Facebook. We'll get you scheduled on the show. I mean, I'm booking the end of March and the beginning of April right now.
Right. Yep.
And that goes for anybody that watches the show that wants to be a guest. I mean, you just send us a message, man. We're all about it, So to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do every day so people like us can come up here and do what we do every day. We love you, and we'll see you next week. We're out of here.
Bye.
Peace out.
Step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on.